I am super excited for Friends of Chamber Music to join us for National Volunteer Week. And we have Andreas and Elena with us today. How are you guys?
Good, good. Thank you.
Good,
Wonderful.
good. So, there might be a chance that somebody out there has no idea what Friends of Chamber Music does or what you guys are about. So, can you give me a little bit of background about who you are?
Yeah, I'd like to start it. Yeah, so Friends of Chamber Music has been in the area for a quarter century here, and we
Wow.
are about to start our 26th season. And we are a nonprofit organization, and we offer about roughly 6 concerts a year. They are free of admission, and we try to promote students coming to concerts and pretty much anybody. And we don't want ticket prices to ever get in the way of people enjoying music. And what's surprising about that is that we get enough funds together to bring in world-class musicians from essentially all over the world. And so we fly people in, bring them in, and they perform 6 concerts. And it really is a stunning, each season is absolutely stunning.
Wow, that is awesome. So this is our 26th season. Wow.
No, it is not yet. It is
Not
our
yet.
25th season that we
25th.
are finishing
Upcoming.
right now.
Oh,
And
awesome.
to
Yeah,
add,
we're upcoming.
to what
Okay.
Andreas just said, all our guest musicians, they are involved with the outreach events here in town.
Mm.
So each group or every soloist that comes to play in our concert series, they do an outreach program here at a local school or college or university. And we take it as the part of our mission to actually offer those free interactions to schools and our educational community here, free of charge, and communication with the world-class musicians for the kids could be very, very rewarding. Every time we have an outreach event, we see the effect, the impact, the influence of those events on young kids and young adults as well at college or university.
Oh, I totally agree, and I love that they're musicians from other cultures, so they get to really learn beyond just what the music, sounds like, feels like. I mean, they get a total experience, something that not an everyday person would get. So that is super exciting. What a mission! So, what if somebody wanted to volunteer with you guys? What are some things that they would do?
So I think one of the things is we don't have tickets, so there's no need for issuing tickets or collecting tickets. But we might have reserved seats. So for example, we might have a shuttle bus coming from a senior living association, and they often need a little help. And we have some reserved seats, and we could definitely use help with people taking them from the buses and bringing them to their seats. And I think that'd be a fantastic service for them.
Oh, yes, yes. And just
The
think
other
of
thing
the
we're
the
going to have are
conversation they have.
The other
I
thing is our first concert this coming season is going to be an outdoor concert. We're trying to start out slowly and carefully. We have a wind quintet playing at an outdoor concert at the Palace Theater in downtown Bryan. We are planning a picnic before that, and we could definitely use help from volunteers to run that picnic. And so people will bring their own food, but we're conscious of the fact that we're going to need to manage it a little bit.
To add to what Andreas just said, I would say this that actually, for literally a quarter of a century, this organization has been run by volunteers. Everything that has been done in the past years, literally everything, has been done by volunteers. It is essentially a volunteer organization. Obviously, in the past few years, when our needs for promoting our events, for advertisement, for reaching out to the public have grown. We had to employ a professional designer, a professional videographer, especially during this year of the pandemic. But our daily operations, they are actually all based on the help, interest, and love for this field of music, of art music, by volunteers, by people in this community who have been supporting organization for decades, some for many, many years. And we are very privileged to have a group of people who actually enjoy what they have been doing as volunteers with Friends of Chamber Music. The entire board of Friends of Chamber Music, it's all volunteers. It is people who actually make decisions, who finalize the program for the next year, who attend to every event that should be done, and all aspects of that event that should be done there. Either it happens at a real venue or it happens online, but everybody is involved. And sometimes the areas in which people operate, they overlap, because we do have receptions after our concerts when it happens in person. We hope to come back to, of course, the same model when we return in the fall. So every performance at a venue will be followed by a reception that is open for everybody. And without help of the board of volunteers, it would not have been possible to be doing that. So definitely there is a person or a group of people, of our supporters and volunteers, who attend to organizing receptions. And that's, as we all know, that could be quite a big job and a lot of logistics put into it. And at the same time, there are people who help with the programs, who help with directing people traffic within the venue, who help seating our patrons who have some special needs. So we do run on volunteer basis. It is the essence, it's I would say flesh and blood of this organization, and has been like that for 25 years.
That sounds amazing. So it sounds like anybody out there who loves to help others or loves music needs to contact you guys, even if it's just helping on events or even helping run the organization. And it sounds like if they have a love for music and they want to volunteer, I bet they could just reach out to you guys and say, hey, I'm talented at digital artwork and I would love to help you with your program. So, you know, anybody that has anything that they want to do, it sounds like all they need to do is just reach out to you, and I bet you will find a job for them.
I think, yeah, one really kind of fun opportunity for volunteers is to essentially help the musicians get around. And you can imagine that we have, international people coming in. They're often, and I can say this from experience, they're often really interesting and creative people. Mm-hmm. And so they're actually a lot of fun to talk to. And so, for example, we need volunteers to bring them from their residents, the local residents, to the school, and to bring them up and introduce them to the music directors of the schools. And in doing so, you get the chance of meeting these interesting people who travel the world and play music.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like a fantastic organization to volunteer from, and you get some amazing little treats that you would have never gotten if you didn't volunteer. And so I know that this year you guys did a ton of virtual concerts, but next year you guys are looking into doing live concerts. So do y'all happen to have that season's lineup with that information?
Yes, I think we can talk a bit about that, but we don't want to reveal all our secrets yet.
Right, right.
Yes, we plan to have the season reveal at some point, but of course, for the Arts Council, we can let you in a little bit on what is going to happen next season. We plan, as Andrea said, to open with the outdoor performance. We actually, in recent years, we never done that, and it's something exciting. I believe that many people will enjoy it. It's done sort of out of necessity for us to provide a extra safe first option for the season. We are still very cautious about all health concerns because of the virus, but hopefully next fall it will be all easier. But still, we want to do an outdoor premiere, an outdoor kickoff of the season. So in Palace Theatre in downtown Bryan, we will have that, a wind quintet. Then we'll have a very special performance of that will happen during the holiday time. It will be the New York Polyphony. It's one of the best and most respected and long-run male a cappella groups in the country. Very well known all over the world, and we are very privileged to have them. It will be in December.
Oh, that is awesome. So if anybody wants to know more information, they just need to follow you on social media and check out your website often to keep up to date with all those dates. And another thing that you guys do that I find absolutely fantastic is that you guys each year do a scholarship for anyone who is it their first year, for like if they're going to be a major or minor in music.
Yeah, we kind of regard this as part of our educational outreach program. And this actually will be the very first time we are able to offer this.
Wow.
So we've done outreach all years that we've been in existence, but this will actually be the first set of college scholarships that we're offering. It is available to local students in the Brazos County, and it does not require you to be a music major, but it basically is, we're targeting or looking for students who are in local schools going on to college, whatever their choice of college. And we're offering a scholarship, not necessarily to be a major in music. They can be any major they want, but we would like to have students who have a plan of somehow keeping music in their life. In other words, to balance the severity of college life, to have some joy in music, and to continue that interest.
Awesome. So it could be a student who wants to go play in the Aggie band, or take a music class, or major or minor. Man, that opens up so much opportunity for seniors. And that application this year is open now and wraps up by May 5th. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. And to make one little detail clear, it is not only the students from public schools that are actually eligible for that, qualified for that. It is any high school senior, meaning including private schools and including such a group of students here as homeschooled kids.
Perfect.
So any high school senior in Bryan and College Station can apply for this scholarship. And yes, Cherie, I'm so glad you mentioned that it is not only major or minor. It could be Aggie band, it could be orchestra, college or university orchestra. It could be a choir. It could be a cappella group, or it could be a student who has been taking, let's say, piano lessons for years, and he or she wants to continue doing that in college, not pursuing major or minor, but simply continuing his or her involvement, engagement, and interest in music. So we want to support it. We want to encourage that.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, because there's a ton of musicians that don't just do one thing. They do multiple things. So during the day, they might be an attorney, and at night they're a jazz player. You know, it's amazing how music, I mean, because a lot of people use that to relax and calm. It's just one of their many joys in life. And so why stop that just because you are being an adult and being an attorney during the day? And, you know, I just love that.
I'm so glad you brought it up, because exactly it is our goal, not only to encourage a student to get through the first year of college, but sort of help establishing that habit of balancing life and challenges of life even after college. As you mentioned, many professional people, they keep their involvement with music throughout their life. And Andreas is one of the examples of those professional people. He can talk about that.
So, Andreas,
I'm a professional. I'm a professional at the university, and I'm certainly an amateur in music, but I still love it. And I actually think enjoying somebody else's music performance is actually enhanced by having your own experience, because you realize just how good they are. I think it's also interesting, we've even had absolutely spectacular musicians come who write apps for computers.
Oh, wow.
And I thought it was an interesting description of Daniel Shu, who literally described his private life as one of writing apps, meaning he's alone at home writing an app and never sees anybody. And his public life is performing on the piano.
Wow. That is pretty cool. You just never know where music will lead you.
It's true.
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys want to mention that we might have missed?
Yes, I would like to mention that exactly at this time of the year, right now, currently, we have one new initiative opened, and it is a student board membership.
Oh, wow.
Since we're talking about volunteers, I already mentioned that all members of the board, they are volunteers, okay? So we are opening a seat on the board of directors of Friends of Chamber Music for a college student, college or university student here locally in Bryant and College Station. We have come up with that decision simply because of the challenges and these challenges of what we have been experiencing through the past several years. The generational gap is getting bigger. Our approach to the new audiences here in our towns, or even beyond that, those approaches, they need being modified and adjusted all the time, because now we are dealing with the people who are coming into the workforce actively, those people who belong to those generations with those letters of the alphabet at the very end of it, Generation Z and Generation Y and who knows what. And we want to actually have that perspective. We want to have that approach to life, to art, music, to culture that those people, those young people have. And I think that it is a very good decision of the board. And I think that a student member of the board would be a great addition to the board, offering new perspectives and new approaches to what Friends of Chamber Music will be doing.
Wow, that is super awesome.
And we actually have posted on our website where students can look to see what they need to do to apply for this board position.
Wow, that is super awesome. Friends of Chamber Music has a lot of things going on. And for more information, just go to their website at fcmtx.org. And specifically, if you're wanting to know about the volunteer opportunities, it's fcmtx.org/support. So thank you two so much for joining me, and I look forward to y'all's next concert. And I love that there's no tickets involved, free admission, open to the public.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.